Right, I'll just take and I need
like
to
your glasses. Very cool. Oi.
Hello. I said I thought it was Vicky.
It's all going on.
Right, we are live, I think. I need to just, yes, we're live. Just need to mute that. There we go. Right. Okay, so Jonny, get you up on my screen again so I can see you. Hi, how are you?
Howdy, hi. Yeah, I'm good. It's just sort of like not feeling like an anything yet. I mean, I just feel like I've gone on a really extended holiday.
And by the way, I'm liking the new hair.
But just in my parents' house, you know, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm liking the new hair, Jonny. I saw it about getting hairdressers.
I just couldn't be. I look at the right leg is going left corner, or left leg right corner. That's it.
Yeah.
Tuck it back. So as in, like, it just wraps around that front leg.
Can't see, can you? I need to move further back. Yeah.
And then your right leg is going back to the back corner.
Do I put my hand down yet?
You can if you want. And then you come to a press up position.
Yeah.
That's it. And then your right leg is
woo, like that.
One of them. Yeah. And then you come back to this position again. So when you come here.
I love you, but I hate you all at the same time. It's really horrible.
So from here, you then step back up again.
Right, okay.
And then you start again.
Oh, you're too young and agile, Jonny. I'm not
and then you finish with one of them.
Right.
And then that's it. There you got your 6 step.
Okay.
Let's give it a go.
Guys, if you're watching, send your questions in or just laugh at what I'm doing, whatever. But just get in touch and let me know that you're enjoying it.
Maybe we need some hip hop music. Would I be able to play some music on my phone?
Go on.
Would it work if I played music? Should we try it?
I think it will.
If I will. Let's go for a bit of Run DMC.
Oh, I had Run DMC on in the shower this morning. It's like that. Lovely.
Run DMC.
What I'm doing.
Ready? Is it going to come on?
I can't remember what I'm doing, Jonny.
You got this. Can you still see me?
No, you're frozen. You're frozen on my screen. So this will be.
Can you hear that?
I can't see what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, there you are. I can't hear the music.
Really?
I can't hear the music. Never mind. Oh, right, Jonny, you make it look too easy. I'm bringing my chair across. I'm giving up for now. Such a show off. Such a show off.
You did really well.
Right, let me just check our YouTube is actually working. We've got 6 people watching apparently. Oh yay, we've got some messages. So
yeah.
Oh, JJRF, they're saying, hey guys, a big shout out from Team JJRF watching. We love you. We love you too. A little peace sign.
Love you too.
We love you too, guys. Also we've got Saf. I can't do accents. It's that's like one of my YouTube lives I want to do. I want to have someone teaching me accents. I know who it is. It's Geordie Meager, and her name is Landa Bird. I can't do that. It's so embarrassing. She said, hi guys, big love, I'm joining in, lovely to meet you, Jonny, hashtag type 1 love. And then she's just put, go on, Jade. I like it a lot. Guys, send us some more questions. Got quite a few people watching now. Get in touch. Oh gosh, she's just said do it in a Danny Dyer accent. I can't. South London.
Danny Dyer.
Sorry, you see, you're much better than me. I'm really bad at accents.
So, all right, gorgeous. Everything's gorgeous. All right, gorgeous.
You're on EastEnders, so you kind of have
How you been, son? You all right? Yeah, and lots of Fs.
When you were on EastEnders, did you have to put on an EastEnders accent?
It was kind of hard not to be honest, because everyone was so thick East London. So I didn't want to come on like talking like everyone else. Like my granddad on the show had quite a strong, but I thought, well, if he's my granddad, that's 2 generations down. So mine's probably thinned a little bit. So I sort of went kind of softer. But then I'd come back from filming and people would be like, you can tell that you've spent a day filming on set. So I'd come back home and I'll be like, you all right? My housemate Tash be like, you all right, Tash? How you been, love? You all right?
And was it a year you were on EastEnders for?
8, yeah, just shy of just over a year and a half, I think. Yeah.
Wow. And so I know, obviously, because I've talked to you before, I'm going to ask you some questions. If you're not, come on, guys, you're watching. I can see you watching. It tells me in the corner. Send us some more questions in, or comments, whatever you want to say. Get in touch. But obviously, I know because I have chatted to you plenty of times before. But you also, so the storyline, how you left EastEnders was quite it was a big storyline, wasn't it? It was a homophobic attack, is that right?
Yeah. It was all kind of, I mean, I wasn't, it's not that I wasn't a part of it, but the show did an incredible follow-up. I mean, you can't be a part of your own death. That's just a very stupid thing to say, but that sounds like the wrong way to put it. But if you imagine, for me, I came in and filmed a scene, but it was after that. So it's not, when you say I was a part of the storyline of that sort of stuff, it was the follow-up that the show did amazingly, which lasted for so long, that made that message important. So it's a real salute and props to the show for carrying it on and making it, but the thing that I was a part of was just creating a really lovely whole rounded character, and a very loved character and a very missed character. I miss him, and I think so do a lot of the people that watch the show. So that's always really nice. So, to have people going, if you've slept with Danny Dyer's wife or whatever it is, you're around and about comment from the public is normally quite angry. whereas I get the lovely response of, oh my God, we miss you so much, like that. So it's lovely. It's an absolute blessing.
Oh, that's good.
And he was diabetic, so I was actually more,
and you got that put in, didn't you?
Yeah, I was actually more sad that I couldn't really do anything with that as a type 1 myself. That was my main, because we'd done a load of research with that. My mum had sent in some diaries about what it's like to be a mother that looks after someone with diabetes, and we'd done a load of research for that. So I was more upset that I couldn't do something to do with that, but having a cake and eating it, excuse the pun.
Well, obviously, one of my lines in my show Pricks is, I can eat cake, a whole bloody cake, if I want to, which we can.
Yeah, exactly.
I've made loads of cakes during this lockdown, and I've eaten lots of cakes too. My
mum makes cakes. She makes something called Jersey Wonders, and they've literally been on tap. I think I've eaten more Jersey Wonders than I've eaten anything else, to be honest, which isn't such a bad thing. Jersey Royals. Anything Jersey, it's really last one. Jersey milk. That's my dad. Wow.
Hello, Johnny's dad.
I'm the good-looking one in the family.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Obviously. I was going to say, we've got a couple of comments here from Jodie. She says her fella has also done the isolation shave, Johnny. So her fella's shaved his hair off as well. I know a few people.
I didn't know it was a thing. I just, I'd been saying I wanted to do it for ages.
Yeah.
And my uncle said he fancied a haircut, and we had some clippers. We just got stuck in. I didn't know, and then once I'd done it, I had a load of people sending me these sort of like memes of other people that have shaved their head and hashtag isolation shave and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, oh, I guess everyone's just losing the plot. And I've got all this free time to shave their heads. I might actually go for a bit of a touch up today, actually.
I've got a question here. You're gonna do? Are you gonna do it again? I've got a question here. It says, I never noticed the character of Paul was a type 1 until I look back on little clips of him doing his injection, etc. Awesome. Do you get shouted at in public? Do people in public shout, "It's Paul from EastEnders"? Does that ever happen?
Looking like this, probably not.
Oh, because you haven't got long hair anymore.
No, I kind of did that. I kind of did that on purpose, to be honest. In terms of, it's a show that you want to be recognizable for in a way, but you want to, at the end of the day, because it's a continual drama. I had the option, because I had past continuity cuts of growing my hair, so I just decided, you know what, I've never done it before, so let's go for it. They were wanting to go for like a Harry Styles look as well for some reason. So I just kept growing it, and then when I finished, actually no, I kept it for a little bit because I was kind of sad to get rid of it. But oh my god, as soon as the summer came around again, I was like, it's like having a woolly hat on your head. So it went.
Well, we know, most girls know that what it's like to have long hair. I know that feeling. Just want to, in the summer, you just want to kind of tie it up all the time, get it out.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I was wearing it. I'd grown it out long, but I was wearing it back all the time. So I was like, well, why do I have long hair then? It's always in a ponytail. Because when I let it out, it was like huge, huge. So yeah.
I can't hear you. I've just lost you.
I'm just about to do my. Oh, have you got me?
I have no idea what Jonny was saying to me then.
I'm just about to do.
Yes,
I'm seeing your. Well, you've got a Dexcom, haven't you?
Yes, that's my that's my Omnipod pump. I've got Dexcom on my tummy. Have you got a Dexcom now?
No, but I've just signed up to start using. I've just ended my 2 weeks of my Libra. Tried a Libra for the first time, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was really easy. Just give my fingers a break. But I haven't actually. The first one I done it because it was the first time. It was a doctor that did it, so I thought I'd come on and ask for some advice about how to do it myself. I should remember it's pretty straightforward and simple, but I thought, well, if I'm chatting on a diabetic line, I might as well.
There's loads of YouTube videos. If you just put in Libra application, you'll find it.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live.
Okay. Yes, I think I recorded. I think when I had Libra, I think I recorded me putting my Libra on actually, and shared it on my social media.
We try it.
Yeah, I've got Dexcom now. I love it. Best gadget I've ever been given. And you're on injection.
I don't know how to get given one. I want
one. It depends where you are. Where I got mine on NHS. I think because I was having nocturnal hypos when I tend to go low a lot in the night. So I think that's why I got it. So that I could wake up before the low.
Yeah.
Right, come on then, Jonny.
Well, I'm yet to use one of these before, like by myself, but I just thought I'd show people what I feel like I remember them showing me. So they've got this little thing here. I think that's like the pumpy thing that you stick on your arm.
Stamp. It's like a stamp, isn't it?
And then you get this thing. I've just taken the peel off. Apparently, I'm going to take a picture of that. So I'm using my phone right now, so I can't. So you screw that off.
Yeah.
This goes which way around?
In there. You got to push it in, haven't you?
Does it go that way around?
I think it's obvious, isn't there? Like a little. It's a long time since I had Libra.
Yeah. But... And then you go like that.
That's it. Oh. That loads it up.
Is that good to go?
Yeah, and then you just go.
Okay. I had my left arm last time, so I'm gonna
do your right arm this time. And
just
push it
switch it
on.
up.
Like, make sure you hold it there for about 10 seconds after you've pushed it in. It's in. Right, and then slowly pull it off. There you go.
Bosh.
It's so easy to put on. The Dexcom's like, it's literally, the Dexcom, you just scan it, pull some paper off, pull a thing off, and then press the button and it's on. And it's just so quick and easy. I love it. I think
How long does it last for?
Technology. 2 weeks of Dexcom. 10 days of Dexcom. Sorry, 10 days, not 2 weeks. 10 days is Dexcom. You're on insulin injection still, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you do you think you'll ever move over to a pump or not?
I mean, this has been cool, so I don't also know why I'm being so alternative about it, if you know what I mean. I'm like, no, I don't want to be controlled by machines. I want to be a free person.
That. I mean, I've had it over 4 years now, but I was very much no, I'm not having one of them. No, for a lot of years.
But you know, I trouble is I forget stuff quite often, so that might also be the.
He was a big fan of the Terminator movies.
I don't know what that's meant to mean.
Don't want to be controlled by the machine.
Okay, thanks. There you go.
Chris Bright's asking you a question.
Yes.
He says.
Oh.
Then, can anyone teach me rhythm?
What do you say? I missed that.
Can anyone teach Chris Bright rhythm? Chris Bright.
Oh, yeah.
You all right?
I just like cringe a little bit. But
it's
all good. What's he said?
It's like sometimes if you get a sore spot, when I put my pump on last night, this morning even, it kind of hurt when I first put it on, but it kind of goes away, doesn't it, after a while?
Yeah, it was like that with the Dex. I think I've tried a Dexcom. Have I tried a Dexcom? I think so. I think I had a G6, the tiny one.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
And it was.
This isn't a good advert for Libra right now. You're going, ow.
No, but they do, don't they? Like, because it's this thing in your arm. So if you've got sensors in your arms, it's not used to having a thing in your arm. So every now and again you get these twitches. Yeah. I had that with the G6, this G6 as well, because every now and again I just get these little pulls. But obviously that's because something's in your bloodstream and your muscles are just. But it felt like something was pulling at first.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which is, you know. Obviously, you're going to have little things to do with that, like you've got something attached to you. So, but I didn't know that, and no one ever really says that in the videos. It's not uncomfortable. It wasn't a bad thing. It was fine, but it was just like, oh God, what's that? And he's like, oh yeah, I forgot I have got a machine attached to my arm.
You must find it easier though, rather than.
Oh, it's so much easier. It's totally worth. It's totally worth those little. That one little point, because I mean you don't have to put your thing. The time it takes me to, like, if I'm out and about and I just sort of bloop, and it's done, compared to, well, on the G6, so it's different because it's all the time. It just measures it all the time, which is actually better. But I also found, and this is just me being honest, that the constant check-in to keep it like that all the time made me a little bit more, not paranoid about it, but constantly, and especially the loud alarms. Oh my God!
What?
I was doing a show. Oh, hello.
Yeah, I've got you.
I was doing Strictly at the time, and I'd be in warm up, and I'd get these like these crazy alarms. I was like, one, I didn't even know my phone.
Alarms, you know. You can change the alarms, and you can just have it on vibrate as well, so it doesn't alarm.
Well, there you go.
I didn't get taught that when I first got my Dexcom, and I only learned that later on. And I was complaining about how annoying the alarms were because I had the factory setting alarms,
Yeah, I'll be asleep and it would like
to
scare the crap out of me.
I've got one now that if it gets to the point where it's going really low, like I think it's below 3.1, it sounds like a proper American ambulance. Like it's like, meh. Oh, it's horrible. It's a horrible sound. But
how can you like not distill the fear of being diabetic by like having these alarms that sound like you're being raided in World War One?
That's that's what it's like. It's like an air raid siren. So do you think we can teach Chris Wright some rhythm? I think maybe you should teach me something else, actually, Jonny.
If he teaches me some football.
Yeah, well, he taught me some keepy uppies. So yeah, I think if he managed to do that, we can teach him some rhythm.
Will you teach me the football?
We've got a couple of questions.
Far away.
So, you don't have to answer these. But someone saying they weren't too keen on the Libra, and they asked, what are your sugar levels usually like on average? You don't have to share that if you don't want to.
No, it's all right. On average, I'd say, I don't know, like medium, like if not slightly high. Normally, I mean, no one's ever really perfect, but I'd say a consistent reading would be between 8 and 10, but then quite a lot of times I'll be bang on or 4.6 or 5. But then other times, I might test or an injection hasn't worked or I've eaten too many of my mum's Jersey Wonders and I'll read and I'll be 23, so.
Yeah, I don't tend to spike that high since I got the Dexcom, but I'm still, what we were focusing on first of all was getting rid of the hypos, which we managed to really knock them down because I used to have a lot of hypos, and now I'm focusing on the highs. So, but every time I eat carbs, I spike. But I love carbs. I'm not going to change. I'm definitely not changing that. I'm going to continue to eat carbs because I love them.
And I love beer in that same way. It's a tough one. Because the beer never used to really affect me. I used to go on an entire night out, and I used to have a few pints, and then wake up the next day and they'd be absolutely fine. But now, if I've had a few beers, I test my levels before I go to bed, and I'm like 9. So I'll have like a banana and a couple of units just to sort of like level it out. And then I'll wake up the next morning and it will be like 18. And I was like, oh, that's because the carbs that you're so, you have to weigh it all in.
I don't really drink any drinks that have carbs in. I used to drink cider years ago, which obviously is just the devil for a type 1. But I tend to drink like spirits with diet mixes or wine. I mean, you'll know, Jonny. Last time we saw each other face to face it was World Diabetes Day, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I'd had quite a bit to drink then.
You were leather.
I do like a drink.
Put it lightly.
How rude. But I don't tend to get the highs from drinking, really. But I get a low the next day. I need to make sure I eat something before I go to bed, and then I need to put my background insulin. I need to reduce that, put a temp basal on for the next morning.
I remember it was funny because I was like, as I said before, I'm very forgetful. And that day had forgotten my needle.
I remember because I was running around trying to get you a needle.
And I at first panicked, and then I realized that I was at a diabetes evening.
Yes.
And I was like, there's definitely going to be multiple people in here with a spare needle.
Was it a chap at my table that got you on? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. So let's get on our feet and teach me something else so that Chris can see me dancing, because Chris, you love to see me dance, don't you? Chris Bright also said, he did make a little comment before, but now I can't remember what it was in reference to. He said, Jonny, I've got you covered, bro. Oh, with learning football. That was it. I think that's what he was referring to. With keep your peace.
So one thing I want to do, I don't know if I should like say it or announce. One thing I'd like to do and something that Chris inspired me to do, but it's quite difficult to do with JDRF. So I think we need to. I think we need, because as a charity, a lot of the time they have to oversee things due to regulations and due to, it just becomes sometimes complicated, and they explain, which is, you know, fair enough, because if they're seen doing something which isn't completely by the book, it's bad for them as a charity. But one thing that Chris Bright does with the football team, which I've never experienced before, and it was so simple and so beautiful that it just really uplifted your spirits, because you go and play football with these lads, you know, that have all got type 1, but you're not turning up there to talk about type 1, you're turning up there to play football.
Yeah. And
the coincidence, or the commonality, is that everyone just happens to have type 1 diabetes, but the football's the important thing.
Yes.
And it just becomes, through proxy, an event to do with an event which, before the football, you can talk about whatever, you know, sugar levels and da 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 da. You play football, the main thing's about the football, and then afterwards you catch up and you have lunch together and you speak, but there's no pressure to. So one thing that I really want to work on, probably not this year, it's probably going to be next year. Oh, are you with it?
Yeah.
Is organizing. I'm there. Is organizing like a sports event, a art event, a adventure event, and a fitness event. It's quite a lot of events. Yeah. But having, say, a swim marathon, having karaoke, having Go Ape, doing fitness weekend, which is just literally just turn up and do circuit training and that sort of stuff. The core of the event is the event. It's not being diabetic. It's just that the exclusive invite list is type 1.
I have been talking with Chris about something as well. I can't remember what I came up with a name for it. A catchy name. It was I was talking about organising a climb up a mountain with all type 1s. And we talked about Snowdonia, and we also talked about another mountain as well. I can't remember what the catchy name was. Chris, send me a message on here and tell me what the catchy name was that I came up for it with it. I came up with for it. But we were talking about raising some money as well. But the whole thing is, it's a climb up the top of the mountain. And we want to try and see how many type 1s we can get on the top of the mountain one time, basically. So that's something that I've been thinking about doing, and raising money for JDRF at the same time. I'm sure JDRF could get behind.
I think. No, but I think they can. But what we'd include in the event is a bucket collection sort of thing, you know. So it would be one. The bucket collection would be to help fund the hire of the hall, the hire of the swimming pool, the hire of the gym, the hire of the equipment and the stuff used as a donation to turn up. And then anything left of that would go towards JDRF and be raising money for them. However, I think it's when you start, say, for example, if you hosted a swim marathon, you'd then have to look into doing, you know, safety precautions and safety checks and that sort of stuff. And I think it's easier to try and do it.
Risk assessment.
Yeah, risk assessments, which is fair enough. But, you know, as it's easier for me to put out a thing to say, attend these events at your own sort of health and safety risk and understanding as a normal event.
Event rather than JDRF event, you raise some money at the same time.
Yeah, it just so happens that, you know, everyone that attends the event is type 1, because then they don't feel like they have to turn up and talk about being type 1. They can just turn up and have a game of, I don't know, you know, the options are endless. But it was going to be called T1 to No One.
I like that.
So
should plug while you're on here. You should be plugging Know Your Type, your YouTube channel.
Well, it's gonna be a Know Your Type event, because the fitness side of it both applies to type 1 and type 2. You know, so we can use. I mean, through doing Know Your Type, that's why it gave me the idea for the event. You know, you've got Natalie Balmain, who can do like a fashion weekend, or you know, make your own, have like a drag competition, or I don't know, or like do like karaoke, or dress up your team model, and then you have like judges come in and that sort of stuff, or
totally up for karaoke. It looks like with Jodie Meagher's also up for karaoke. She's like, awesome idea, Johnny, I'm down for the karaoke. That's what she's saying.
Everyone loves a bit of karaoke. But you know, having it in teams and circulating everyone around, you know, and it's about, you know what it's about? It's about creating the community, because you know, even from doing that one thing with Chris, you know, I've got a load of boys that I can now touch out to who are just normal lads. You know, they don't work for a team of people that are working with Dexcom. They don't work with people that are working for Freestyle. They don't work for JDRF. They don't work for Diabetes UK. They're just lads who either go to uni or go to, they're like, one's a plumber, one's, do you know what I mean? But it just, if you've got that as a guy or as a girl, you've got these events that you can pick the one that it is that you want to go to, or you can go to all of them, or you can invite your families, so that families also learn a bit about diabetes. And you know, I've got this mum friend of mine, she's a producer, and her son's diabetic, and she's been messaging, she's really worried and doesn't know about certain things, and so I'm giving advice. But the sad thing about that, not the sad thing about it, but the worrying thing, and what so many other people do and go through the exact same journey, is that they don't know that they can talk to JDRF or have JDRF help you, or JDRF's outreach is incredible, and Diabetes UK, but Diabetes UK tends to lean more towards type 2 generally. But if you find out about JDRF and they go, do you know what would be really good for you? Know Your Type is doing an event called T1 to Know One, where it's called Go Ape, and you and your son, your daughter, can attend this event and meet loads of other mums that have just, or dads that have just found out that their kids got type 1 diabetes, and the kids can go off and do Go Ape whilst learning and meeting other type 1s, and the parents can sit and have a beer, have a coffee, and having a catch up and share stressful stories about how, so it's therapy for everyone really, but it's therapy through a way of community and love, as opposed to feeling pressured and turning up. It will literally be like, the event is the important thing, like the competition of the event, or the hello. So yeah, that's going to be something. That's going to be something that I'm hoping to pull together soon.
Sounds good.
When all of this dies off.
I think it's time to do some dancing for Chris Bright. So teach me something else. But it's not on the floor though. I can't deal with being on the floor like last time. Are you there, Johnny? Your video's frozen on me. There you are. Right. Give me something stood up.
Chris is going to want to learn the hip hop routine. It's playing up, eh?
Chris, you better get on your feet and watch this, and then.
You're frozen. Are you still there?
You keep free. Oh, back again. Right.
What am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing. Just teach hip hop.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Let's do. Okay, so your wrists are rolling out.
Okay.
That's it. And they go in this position, and then they go in that position. And as it rolls round, it comes round the front. And then circle, circle. So circle, 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 circle. And you're cross-stepping forward, right leg, cross, tapping your back foot, set back, and up. Cross, touch, back, up. Cross, touch, back, up. Cross, touch, back. Lovely.
Okay.
That's a bit of paso doble for you there. There you go.
Paso doble.
Paso doble.
Not very. Your wrists get a bit tired in that one, don't they?
I know, yeah. Arthritis.
I got paint on my arm from painting the benches earlier. Right, let me just.
Right, lovely. I'm gonna have to. I've got a gig tomorrow. I'm singing for a theatre company called Ethereal Theatre. So I've got to go do some. Pardon?
Called what theatre?
Ethereal Theatre.
Okay.
They've just sent me a load of stuff to post about, but I have to actually practice the gig first before I start doing all of that. But it's tomorrow.
Oh wow. Not long then. And you're working tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, from 5. So.
Chris Bright says he needs some Saturday night moves. And Jodie would have been joining in. It's all Jodie and Chris today. There's plenty of people watching, not many people commenting. Send us a question, guys, if you want. We're not here for much longer. We're going to get out off your screen soon and let Jonny go and practice. But teach me one more thing, Jonny. One more dance move. Come on. Is there like anything else, Strictly or hip hop or break dancing?
That was Strictly. That's from Strictly.
But anything
that
else?
Was Strictly.
I said.
Anything else from Strictly? Go. It's all with a partner.
Well, if I stand on this side of the screen and you stand on the other, then we could like.
Whoa.
Oh dear. It's all with a partner. Okay. Well, teach me something like a bit of breakdancing or hip hop. A little move that's on my feet. Don't get me on the patio again.
Teach you the running man.
Go on then, teach me the running man.
All right. So your feet are apart, and you're sliding in your front leg whilst picking up the other leg. That's it. And then as you put that leg down,
yeah,
you shove that back leg back.
Oh, you move it back as you put it down.
So you shove twice. So it goes shove back to the middle.
Yeah.
Shove all the way back. Yeah. Shove in. This one's good for your Saturday night, Brighty. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's the running man. There you go.
I mean, I did do 3 years musical theatre training, and I have danced since I was 2 years old. I'm not a hip hop dancer though, and I haven't danced for a lot of years. But yes, got it in me.
Very, very well. You're a natural.
JJF have said, fantastic ideas, guys. Meet meetups for the Type 1 community, make new friends with people with the same interests of JJF heroes. More JJF heroes, more virtual dancing, please. Awesome practical steps. And then we got, JDOF are just cheering us on and putting some little emojis of dancers. Thanks, JDRF, we love you. Anything you tell the people about when? Do it now, Jonny. Tell them about anything you've got coming up that you want them to tune into.
There's not much going on really. I've got the gig on Thursday. I've got.
Aren't you doing?
It's hello. Say that again.
Where can people see the gig then?
It's called Ethereal Theatre, but you don't want to watch that one because that one's going to be a bit sketchy. I'm doing another one on Sunday, which is 4 Walls. Sunday night. Ooh. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Can you see me?
No.
I can't see you either. But we're still live.
There you go.
You've got a gig Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday on 4 Lives. But other than that, it's all pretty chilled. I've been writing and painting and doing some having some me time. It's been lovely.
That's what I've been doing. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I haven't managed to do any writing because I've got the kids to look after as well.
I know.
I haven't managed to do any of that, but I've got lots of painting and gardening done. So that's good.
It looks beautiful. You've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, I've got a big pile of stuff I need to throw out right there.
I'd love to have a garden like that though. That looks. You get that when you're up north. Yeah,
you do. You do. So it's been really lovely chatting to you guys. If you tuned in, please subscribe to my channel because I want to get to over 100 subscribers. Jonny will know when you get to over 100, you get to have a decent address for your YouTube channel. You can have, you can have youtube.com/pricksofficial then. So that's when you get over 100. So I need to get over 100 in order to get that. But thank you for your questions, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We told you briefly before about the JJRF virtual step challenge. People, you have to get sponsorship to do 400,000 steps in 40 days. Do that. Search for it online. Find it on the JJRF website. Sign up and do that. And yeah, just subscribe to my channel and keep in touch with me on social media, guys, please. And Jonny as well. Jonny, you've been a superstar. Thank you so much for all of your time.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem.
Lovely to speak to you.
You take care, lovely, and I'll speak to you soon.
Lots of love. Bye, guys.
Bye.